Welcome to What's the Book About? I'm your host Kevin. This is The Price of Peace by Mike Moscoe. This is the story of Captain Izzy Umbato and her hunt for space pirates. This book takes place roughly at the same time as Book 2 in this trilogy, and just after the end of the Civil War from Book 1. Now, we're following the adventures of two people, really. Captain Izzy Umbato and her Marine Lieutenant Torda, who is commonly referred to as Trouble, and boy is it a nickname that suits the guy. You see, we start off the story with Captain Izzy taking down a space pirate with some really clever tactics, and she and her crew end up taking the ship as a prize and end up visiting different settlements, and they come to one where they don't know it yet, but it's actually, well, the pirates aren't just pirates, they're actually slavers as well as pirates. And the world that they go to happens to be one of their favorite places to collect new inventory. And while the captain and her crew are out celebrating and enjoying the local color, their very first night, Lieutenant Trouble gets kidnapped. Now, the captain manages to save Trouble before he's taken off world, and the locals end up helping her to manage to round up a lot of the other slavers, except for two of the ringleaders. They manage to escape off world, but not before using that conspiracy thing from the very first book. They manage to get Captain Izzy's orders changed so that she and her ship have to go immediately to get refitted, and they try to stick her in a little hole. But that doesn't last too long. Okay, so that's the spoiler for your introduction. Be warned, from here on in, there may be a few spoilers. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Now, stuck in the little hole on the wall that the slavers have managed to stick her in, well, Captain Izzy actually finds some unexpected allies from former enemies. And they reveal to her more about the plot between the slavers and the pirates, and this time they arm her to go after them, and she's going after not just the pirates or the slavers, but she's going after the ringleaders, and she's not going to stop. She means business. She and Lieutenant Trouble always get their man. So what's good and bad about this book? Well, first off, the villains are fairly well-rounded characters. They're intelligent, smart. The way they happen to handle the problem that the captain represents, they do it in a creative way, tapping into that conspiracy that the author set up in the first book. And the conspiracy is given just enough time to show that it's a vast scope of powers and they're connected to a lot of illegal activities. And that's where the author leaves it at. Doesn't dive too deep into it, just enough to get the ball rolling on the plot, to extend and expand the scope of this particular problem. Now, the minor characters are given enough time as well as the villains so that they can flesh out the characters and again give them more diverse background, and it works really well. Get only one kind of minor flaw or problem that I found in the book was with the ending. Absolutely everything is wrapped up right at the end at the nice neat little bow. The heroes who may get separated end up finding a way to stay together and keep fighting the good fight and having the family life at the same time, and it all came too suddenly to a head with no explanation or build up. A lot of the other problems and instances are given enough time, build up a problem, build up a solution, and then execute, and it's done well. Just the final wrap up with the love interest storyline or subplot, it gets wrapped up far too neatly, and it feels a little flawed and rushed. So in the end, what is the book about? The pirate life. Specifically, the author is showing you and showcasing what pirate life really is like. They're thieves, they're killers, and in this case they're also slavers. The author doesn't shy away from showing how the pirates behave, what the victims go through, what those who are related to the victims go through, how pirate life affects not just the individuals involved on both sides of the Jolly Roger, as it were, but also how communities have to deal with it, what it does to nations and the economy, and it's all wrapped up in this exciting tale of adventure and a little bit of romance thrown in so that the author doesn't lose the narrative or the thread of the plot, bashing you over the head with the message that pirates are bad and piracy is evil. By putting in it an exciting tale and giving it such great characters, this is why I have to give this particular book 4 out of 4 stars. Now, it's originally published by Ace and under the name of Mike Moscoe, but it's being republished under the author's real name of Mike Shepard as a regular book and as an ebook. So there's no reason you can't go out and get it, read it, and enjoy. Till next time, have a good one.